This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Happy Thursday to you all. Glad to have you with us on this Thursday. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
I'm Ray Collins. It is June the 1st, whole new month, and 3 weeks away from the official start of summer, and school's out now in Manatee County.
I know, lucky for them.
Yeah, soon in Sarasota County. Our all-time favorite student, John Scalzi, of the Weather Center with details of the Thursday forecast.
Well, that's very kind of you, Ray. We're looking at some pretty good weather for the state of Florida. Not necessarily because it's going to be blue skies, sunny conditions, quiet, but because we're going to get some much-needed rainfall, I think, across this state. And I think the fire danger by Monday, when we speak, will be much reduced. The reason for this rain is actually a slug of tropical moisture lifting northward out of the southern Gulf waters, just to coincide with the first day of the hurricane season. We have across the state right now pretty quiet conditions, nothing that's going to be bother to your morning commute. A little fair weather cloudiness that streams by from time to time, riding on a westerly wind. But down near the Bay of Campeche, the area of disturbed weather that I have circled there is lifting northward into Gulf waters. We'll be watching that very carefully as we head into the weekend, because for one thing, we could get some 3 or 4 inch rainfalls across parts of the northern Gulf Coast and a lot over the state of Florida's peninsula as well. Daytime highs today top out near 90. Good chances of rain. We'll talk about it in a minute.
Thank you, John. Smooth sailing right now in Manatee County. No problems on the roads in that county. Farther south into Sarasota County, ongoing issue westbound on Fruitville by the interstate. Be aware of that. Take Bee Ridge or University if you can. And then farther south, 41 southbound, slowing down at Business 41.
Topping our news this half hour, President Trump will make a major announcement today on whether the U.S. will remain part of the Paris Climate Agreement.
As reporter Kenneth Moten tells us, it appears he will say goodbye to the Global Warming Pact.
Today, will he stay or will he go? President Trump leaving the world in suspense on the Paris Climate Agreement.
You're going to find out very soon.
The president tweeting late last night he will announce his decision at 3 p.m. in the White House Rose Garden. Sources say Trump likely to keep that campaign promise.
We're going to cancel the Paris Climate Agreement.
But the 11th hour negotiations are having an impact.
I'm hearing from a lot of people, both ways.
Chief strategist Steve Bannon and more than 20 GOP senators are pushing for withdrawal. Ivanka Trump and her husband Jared Kushner want to stay in the deal, along with Apple's Tim Cook and Tesla's Elon Musk, who called to lobby Trump. Musk threatening to resign from White House advisory councils if the president walks away. World leaders at the G7 summit, even Pope Francis made their personal pitches to Trump last week. Nearly 200 nations agreeing to cut carbon emissions. The only countries that haven't signed, Nicaragua and Syria.
That mark where the glacier used to be.
Part of President Obama's environmental legacy to combat climate change.
A lot of it's a hoax.
Is now a political gamble for Trump, who wants to increase fossil fuel output to revive the coal industry.
I see nothing good coming out of this. I mean, this is a gesture. It won't have any substantive impact on the energy industry in the U.S.
There's also concern the U.S. could lose its seat at the global table when it comes to negotiations on environmental policy. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, Washington.
So if the president pulls out of the accord, the decision would be a major reversal of the Obama administration's efforts on climate change. And there could be another big departure from Obama-era rules, this one involving the FCC's approach to the Internet. The rules that govern the Internet are known as net neutrality, and doing away with those rules would allow providers to set different Internet speeds for different drivers depending on how much you are willing to pay.
When you're talking about differential pricing of a product that's become as important as internet access and access to specific things on the internet, it's not that hard to understand why those who have the least money would be the most seriously impacted by it.
The FCC has opened a 3-month window for public comment on this issue.
An update now this morning on conditions in the Afghan capital of Kabul, where people are still recovering from the deadliest attack the area has seen in years. It all happened during the Muslim holy month of Ramadan. The death toll continues to rise, with latest count having up to 90 killed and at least 400 people injured. New video taken from a nearby office camera shows the moment the massive car bomb exploded, striking one of the most secure and heavily fortified neighborhoods in Kabul. Neither ISIS nor the Taliban have claimed responsibility yet, and surprisingly, the Afghan Taliban immediately condemned the attack. Passengers on board a JetBlue flight are safely at their destination this morning after being diverted to Michigan when a lithium battery inside a passenger's laptop caught fire. No injuries or damage to the aircraft were reported, but the incident is bringing up concerns of banning laptops from the cabins. Airlines fear that expanding the ban will lead to flight delays and increase their liability for theft or damage to electronic devices in checked luggage. However, safety advocates worry that putting devices with lithium batteries in the cargo will create a fire threat. Meanwhile, that incident is still under investigation. And speaking of JetBlue, using a boarding pass to get on their flights may soon be a thing of the past. The airline company plans to start testing a facial recognition check-in program next month. Passengers will step up to a camera and the kiosk will compare that facial scan to the person's passport photo. If a match is made, the passenger can board the plane. The check-in will be used on flights from Boston to Aruba. Meanwhile, Delta also plans to test a similar face scanning technology this summer in Minneapolis.
And happening today, other aviation news now. NASA and SpaceX will attempt to launch a Falcon 9 rocket from the Kennedy Space Center. And then they hope to return the rocket's first stage back to the Space Center. The launch is scheduled for 5:55 p.m. this evening.
Pretty cool story there. New developments in the investigation of DUI charges against Tiger Woods. Police say Woods' car showed fresh damage on the driver's side when officers found him asleep at the wheel alongside a Florida road just 9 miles from his Jupiter mansion. Authorities say they found his Mercedes blocking a bike lane and it had 2 flat tires. A police report lists 4 medications, including Vicodin, that Tiger Woods reported taking when he was stopped for DUI. Woods told officers that he was recovering from surgery.
I feel bad for Tiger. Tiger's a friend. He's been great for the game of golf, and I think he needs all our help, and we wish him well.
In a statement to ABC News, Woods blames an unexpected reaction to prescribed medications. The police report indicates Woods blew a 0 reading on a breathalyzer test, indicating there was no alcohol in his system. 6:07 this morning, and never-before-seen images from the Pulse nightclub shooting in Orlando are now being released just a few weeks before the 1-year anniversary of the worst mass shooting in U.S. history.
ABC's Maggie Rulli has new video and a warning. This video may be difficult to watch.
Police racing in, guns drawn, are met by chaos. The shooter still barricaded somewhere in the nightclub. We're now seeing inside the Pulse nightclub massacre like never before, straight from the body cams of first responders on the scene.
Show us the hands.
I got his hands. Come out.
Come on. You're a policeman.
This video is from Officer Graham Cage. In the confusion, he's unable to tell who is a victim and who is a shooter.
Right when we were about to go in, we're still hearing shots.
And then there's the haunting sound of cell phones ringing, forever left unanswered.
And I mean multiple phones, just laying in pools of blood and hearing those phones ringing.
The shooter, 29-year-old New York-born Omar Mateen, pledged his allegiance to the Islamic State. That night, he killed 49 people, injuring more than 50 others. It remains the worst mass shooting in American history. The local community is also planning an Orlando United Day for the 1-year anniversary on June 12th. It's being described as a day of love and kindness. There are also plans to turn the nightclub into a permanent memorial. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, New York.
Several events are also planned here on the Suncoast to mark the Pulse anniversary in the coming weeks. You can go to our website for details at mysuncoast.com.
Well, the Suncoast may learn from a concept started in Orlando to help the homeless. Sarasota native and former NFL star Tim Johnson is at the center of a massive initiative in Central Florida. Pastor Johnson talked to a receptive Suncoast audience yesterday about an annual event in Orlando offering dozens of services to thousands of homeless people in one single event.
We had 120 organizations, government, nonprofit, service providers, faith community actually come together at the Camping World Stadium in Orlando and serve thousands of individuals in need.
I am excited with the legal community getting involved with regard to restoration of driver's licenses and removing barriers to employment, with individual companies saying that I will give an exemption to people who come through your organization that have criminal barriers. I'll give them jobs. That's the partnership that's necessary. So I'm all in.
Services that would be offered include food, showers, haircuts, medical screenings, legal information, and a job fair. However, not everyone is on board with the concept. The Orlando Area United Way chose not to participate, saying that the money could be used for better things like housing.
Speaking of money, the clock is ticking on Governor Scott and the Florida budget. He now has 15 days to veto or sign the entire $82 billion plan, or just veto individual spending items. He has been crisscrossing the state, including here in the Suncoast, showing his disapproval of the legislature's plan to cut funding to Visit Florida and Enterprise Florida, two organizations that use tax dollars to boost tourism and jobs in the state. He's made his feelings very clear on that, and there certainly are two sides to that story, John Scalzi.
Indeed, there certainly are.
Yeah. So
we'll see how it plays out.
June 1st, hurricane season starts today.
It certainly does, and we've already got some tropical moisture down to the south, which bears watching. Oftentimes this time of year, we get the first storms of the hurricane season. We've already had one storm outside of the hurricane season that develop in Gulf waters. So at the beginning of the season and the end of the season are particularly interesting for the west coast of Florida because of these Gulf storms. So we'll take a look at that and let you know what the chances are of development there in just a second.
Also ahead, you want to sing this for me? School is out for summer.
You don't want me to sing it. You can sing it.
Alice Cooper, eh? Manatee County is out now, soon out in Sarasota County.
That's right. We'll take a look at what kids can do this summer to have fun right here on the Suncoast after this.
It's fine that other people like you. It's more important that you like yourself. And I'm comfortable with every part of me. Meals on Wheels coming to my door as someone who's housebound assures me that I'm not forgotten. They care that I'm okay. My name is Asha Ida Bell. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill, I'm creating a job. I am Goodwill, yeah.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Attention blood clot filter patients. Surgically implanted blood clot filters are potentially life-threatening. Some filters are prone to breaking, resulting in pieces of the filter moving through the body and causing internal bleeding. If you had surgery to implant a blood clot filter, you may be entitled to a cash award, even if you haven't suffered side effects yet. Call the Gold Shield Group now, 888-747-5291, to see if you qualify for a cash award, 888-747-5291.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
73 degrees the air temperature, dew point coming in just below the 70 mark. We'll hit the 70 mark and exceed it before too terribly long this morning. Southeast wind continues light at about 7. Across the region, temperatures again, as we have seen over the last several days, are a little bit warmer near the immediate coast because of the influence of Gulf waters, and then a little cooler inland. 73 Wauchula, Arcadia, Mayaca, also in Parrish, 75 in Lakewood Ranch, 74 in Bradenton, and along the coastline, you've got 78 Longboat Key, 76 degrees in Venice and in Inglewood. So today, I think we'll start off pretty quiet. Not much going on radar right now, at least not over land. We have some scattered showers to the north and northern Gulf waters. We also have some showers out in the Atlantic, but nothing really impacting the mainland right now. Boy, we had some heavy storms yesterday, though, in inland areas. As forecast, the heaviest of the rain was in inland locations, and that's exactly how it'll be again this afternoon. Inland showers will have the heaviest rainfall totals, and they're really not going to move all that much. That's one of the reasons they got such heavy rainfall totals, is because they basically were born and died in the same place under the influence of their strong downdrafts. You can see the influence of the south winds as well, picking up a few scattered showers down around the Florida Straits and also over in the Atlantic Gulf waters right here. You can see them. Those are not going to impact us either. They stay offshore, but an indication of that plume of moisture lifting northward, riding on that southeast wind at the surface. Across our region, morning commute will be just fine. No issues here. We still need some rainfall. The fire danger index, the indication of how quickly a fire could start in any given county and then become out of control, is still high in Manatee County. Very high, in fact. And it is high in Hardee and DeSoto counties and surrounding adjacent counties inland along the spine of the state. It is very high. So we could use a good, heavy, soaking rain to remove this risk of wildfire danger. And it could happen. It could happen this weekend, and there's the reason why. This cluster of shower and thunderstorm activities due to some upper-level energy lifting northward. You can also see it here in Gulf waters. All of that moisture is pluming northward and will be moving toward the state of Florida as we head into the weekend. Is there a chance here for development? Ooh, very, very small chance. Probably not even in the double digits, not even 10%, way low chance. And the reason is because upper level winds are kind of hostile for any kind of development here. But oftentimes at this time of year, this is the kind of thing that we do see develop, so we'll be keeping an eye on it nonetheless. Now, as that moisture lifts northward, we're going to watch it move over the state of Florida, and a frontal boundary, a little trough to the north, kind of chip away at the influence of that high pressure ridge, which has provided us with pretty tranquil conditions. The combination of that upper level moisture streaming north and this southerly wind flow bringing in lower level moisture will really moisten the entire column of the atmosphere. And we'll see some rainfall totals that become pretty impressive as we head into the weekend. Few more showers around today, a bit higher humidity this afternoon, and just a few clouds. But look at the rainfall totals coming up possibly by Saturday. And we are looking at maybe some 4-inch rainfalls in inland areas. This is some of the driest land in the entire country right now. So that would go a long way to helping with drought conditions if we did indeed get that kind of plentiful rainfall. So we'll be watching it and let you know. In any event, our rainfall chances will be going up this weekend to about 50%. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much, John. Taking a look at traffic this morning, it looks like 301 as you head northbound, seeing an increase in traffic. I-75 looking clear as we head into Sarasota County. Pretty quiet throughout that area. There is an exit ramp that is blocked at exit 210 and Fruitville Road near I-75 in the northbound lane, so keep an eye out for that if you're going through that region. As we head into South County, a little bit of slowdowns. Venice on Business 41 heading south. Other than that, no accidents at 619 across the Suncoast on your Thursday morning. Yesterday was the last day of school for Manatee County students, and next week, last week for Sarasota County.
Yeah, exciting time for them. So what's next for kids this summer? Dwayne Lindo has some ideas.
It's apparent the kids here at Bayshore High School are happy with the last day of school, as with students all across Manatee County. In an effort to prevent idle time, organizations like the YMCA put together academic and sports program activities, even a 5-day week summer camp.
We want to spend a lot of time in the gym, outside, but also offering those kids a chance to use their mind doing arts and crafts and doing different learning games. We make sure they have some reading time during the week and downtime so that they're working out their bodies and their minds.
YMCA Bradenton Youth Sports Director Hank Allison also points out a counselor in training program for high school students,
so that they can build on to whether their future careers or if they want to come into the Y and be a camp counselor in the future.
He says the focus of these programs are to keep students active and engaged during summer months.
Youth development is what we do here at the Y. So whether we're out on the street preaching to kids or just bringing them in here to play sports.
School staff here at Bayshore High School share the same sentiment when it comes to youth development. On-the-job coordinator Bonnie Condor is a firm believer in student employability throughout the school semester, giving them a head start on the job front when school ends.
I have a handful of juniors, and many of them keep their jobs in the summer, and they come back with the same job.
According to a Pew Research report, teen jobs have been on the decline since the 1990s. But Condor believes despite the decrease, these jobs teach skills they'll need in the future.
They're learning to pay bills and get hours and specific job skills and employability skills.
And personal growth skills getting through the summer and life as well.
We really are pushing just kids doing the right thing and growing up and getting to where they want to be and need to be.
Dwayne Lindo, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
And one more idea, Art Center Manatee will offer summer art classes starting June the 5th. I grew up in Buffalo, and there was a summer program there at the playground. We did arts and crafts, tennis lessons, kickball against other playgrounds.
Right.
Kept us busy, no charge.
Oh, yeah, that sounds great. I always went to camps and all sorts of things. I'm actually excited. My little sister, who's going to be a senior in high school, flying her out here in a few weeks so she can enjoy the Suncoast for a little bit of her summer before she goes off to college the year afterwards. So.
Where's she going to go?
She's not sure yet. She toured UC Berkeley this past week, so I'm excited to see her.
Bring her by in the morning show one day.
Yeah, she would love to see you guys.
She kind of looks like you, doesn't she?
She does, except the littler version. She's only like 5'3".
Well, you are tall. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, a scare in the skies for a Malaysian flight after a passenger tries to rush the cockpit.
We'll tell you how Good Samaritans stepped in to save those on board after this.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251. 800-628-1251.
Looking for something fun to do on a Friday night? Then come to Music on Main, the first Friday of every month at Lakewood Ranch. Enjoy free live music, dancing, great food, and lots of fun for every family member, even the furry ones. Meet up with friends, enjoy activities for the kids, or make it a special date night. And be sure to stop by the ABC 7 booth and say hello. Mark your calendars for Music on Main, first Friday of the month, 6 to 9 at Lakewood Ranch. Brought to you by ABC 7 and these sponsors. Are you a food lover, restaurant goer, or home cook? Then check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, and helpful step-by-step videos. And you'll love the restaurant guide with direct links to your favorite Suncoast eateries. Whether you're cooking in or dining out, whet your appetite with tasty tips from Chef Judy at mysuncoast.com/dining.
If you've ever had a bad night's sleep, call and price the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has so much more than other adjustables and still costs up to 50% less. Featuring a rising adjustable pillow rest to support your head, neck, and shoulders, bedside power plugs, under-bed night lights, and more. So call and price one today for less, up to 50% less than Tempur-Pedic, Sleep Number, and other adjustables.
You get so much more and it still costs less. You gotta see how little they cost.
Call 1-800-774-8103. That's 1-800-774-8103. Call now.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Dawn is breaking on the Suncoast. Pretty shot of the Ringling Causeway and Sarasota Bay, looking off toward the Gulf of Mexico in the distance there.
Beautiful. It's funny you say the dawn is breaking. I was telling somebody I always wake up at the crack of dawn, but we're here when the dawn cracks.
We wake up before the crack of dawn.
Exactly.
Yes.
I didn't realize that until after I had said that. So.
Yeah. Welcome back. 6:26 on Thursday morning.
Some scary moments as a Malaysian airline is forced to return to the airport.
This after a passenger tried to storm the cockpit. ABC's Candace Gibson has the story.
In this morning's GMA First Look, a passenger hogtied airport security, heavily armed, the man allegedly threatening to blow up the plane and trying to breach the cockpit, finally carried off. The Malaysian Airlines jet had just taken off from Melbourne, Australia, when the man reportedly got up from his economy seat with a device in his hand, passengers and crew jumping into action.
And he ended up being apprehended by a group of young guys at the back of the plane.
The plane's captain telling controllers what happened on board.
Claiming to have an explosive device, trying to enter the cockpit, has been overpowered by passengers, so we'd like to land and have the device checked out.
Officials making it clear this was no hijacking, no terrorist threat.
His history would appear to have mental illness.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have more details about that Malaysian air scare. With your GMA First Look, I'm Candace Gibson, ABC News, New York.
Did you know 2 areas of your brain can make it hard to lose weight? Contrave is an FDA-approved weight loss medicine that may help adults who are overweight or struggle with obesity lose weight and keep it off. Contrave is believed to work on 2 areas of the brain, your hunger center.
I'm so hungry.
To reduce hunger and your reward system.
Ice cream. French fries.
To help control cravings. Across 3 long-term studies, Contrave patients lost approximately 2 to 4 times more weight than with diet and exercise alone. Contrave is not for everyone. One ingredient in Contrave may increase suicidal thoughts or actions in some children, teens, and young adults within the first few months. Other serious side effects include seizures, increase in blood pressure or heart rate, liver damage, manic episodes, glaucoma, and allergic reactions. Do not take with opioids. Reduce hunger, help control cravings. Contrave, the #1 prescribed weight loss brand. Go to Contrave.com.
Our dad is an incredible man, a great father, and a hero who served his country well. He worked hard to take care of us. Now we take care of Dad with the help of Granny Nannies.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her so I could call and thank them. And she's doing fine. It's a wonderful thing. Thank Thank you.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a person from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-652-3012. That's 1-800-652-3012. Call now 1-800-652-3012. For a free brochure, call 1-800-652-3012.
The color in my garden keeps the pink in my cheeks. I was very independent and thought I could take care of myself. I fell and I had to have Meals on Wheels. They're my savior. My name is Lola Silvestri. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC7. We're here for you.
Granny Nannies. We've been making house calls for over 25 years. When you need home health care services, there really is no place like home.
Grandma! A helping hand and a gentle heart.
Today on Good Morning Suncoast, Manatee County taking on a new way of catching drivers. Details on the license plate cameras coming to the Suncoast.
Police in Northport trying to find this couple who stole from a liquor store, they say. We'll share more of these surveillance images for you.
And hurricane season starts today. We'll help you prepare for the days ahead. Your Suncoast News starts right now.
Live from the ABC7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
And good morning. Beautiful shot there. A little pastel sunrise underway, looking off toward the northeast. And also a bit of a traffic advisory to pass along to you just into our newsroom. There has been a fatal accident this morning, FHP reports, on Fruitville Road out by the interstate. Westbound lanes are affected. If you're coming in that direction, be aware of that. We'll have more on that in traffic in just about 2 minutes. Good morning, I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Let's check in with meteorologist John Scalzi for a look at what your day's shaping up to look like. Hey, John.
Hi, thank you guys. We are looking at a little bit of cloud cover out in Gulf waters, kind of streaming across the region. You saw that on tower cam, but there are no rain showers in progress, not for your morning commute anyway. Everything looks pretty quiet there. You can see on our radar imagery a few scattered showers out in the Atlantic, down in the Gulf. Those Gulf showers are kind of lifting northward, an indication of the southeasterly wind flow, kind of sending a plume of moisture our way. There's the cloud cover that you see, and there is an area of disturbed weather down in the southern Gulf waters that we will watch this week and see if it brings us some heavy rainfall this weekend, possibly. We'll talk about that coming up in a few. Back to you guys.
All right, John, very good. Talk to you soon. There's a scene right now in Manatee County. Not too much to report at this hour of the day, but the big story, of course, as I just mentioned, is out there at Fruitville Road. This is the situation. Traffic exiting I-75 to go westbound on Fruitville Road is being redirected eastbound at this time. Now, the northbound entrance ramp to I-75 is fine right now. An accident involving a semi-truck, a fatal accident at 5:06 this morning. And that is the situation. We'll have more on this throughout the morning. There is the South County map. Not much to report again. Avoid westbound Fruitville under the interstate where there's been a fatal accident about an hour and 25 minutes ago.
Going to cause lots of delays this morning across the Suncoast, that's for sure. Our top story this morning, a simple and new tool is leading to the arrest of several drivers in Manatee County.
As Rick Adams tells us, license plate cameras can now be found on patrol cars and some unlikely places around the county.
Cameras like these are reading your license plate here on the Suncoast when you least expect it. For Cortez visitor Pam Williams, she has no problem with them.
If you haven't done anything wrong, then you don't have anything to worry about. That's how I kind of feel about it. But, you know, some people might feel it's an invasion of your privacy.
The Manatee County Sheriff's Office usually sets up their 2 mobile message boards with the license plate cameras in busy places, like this stretch of Cortez Road heading towards the beach. They also have 5 patrol cars with license plate readers. The cost for each camera is around $15,000. The Sheriff's Office says despite the price tag, it's a very effective crime-fighting tool.
We've been able to apprehend quite a few people who have been wanted for car theft. Also, we've been able to get 3 murder suspects with these things.
In addition to tracking down criminals, these license plate readers have helped with finding people who have been reported missing. Mike Williams says there are cameras everywhere in today's world, so he's okay with these license plate readers, even if they are hidden.
I don't think it's too much now. If it was they wanted to come in my home and tape everything I did, that would be an invasion of privacy.
Reporting from Cortez, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
New this morning, 2 people are recovering in the hospital after a high-speed crash in Manatee County. It happened in Bradenton at Terra Boulevard near Terra Elementary just after 8 last night. Florida Highway Patrol says the driver tried to make a turn at an intersection but failed to do so properly, which caused the car to slide across the shoulder of the roadway. That vehicle kept sliding before hitting a tree. There's still no word on what caused the driver to come up short on that curve. The driver is in critical condition this morning while the passenger is dealing with serious injuries.
Developing overnight, Northport police trying to find a couple that robbed a Walmart liquor store. They've released pictures of the two who they say stole over $500 in booze from that Walmart store. Surveillance video caught them driving up in this car. They took several bottles and drove off. If you recognize the car or that couple, call Northport Police.
A warning this morning for drivers in Charlotte County. Zemmel Road is closed in Punta Gorda between US 41 and Burnt Store Road due to a brush fire. It broke out near a neighborhood just south of Zemmel Road. It has now spread to 325 acres, but it is 75% contained. Initially, 4 homes were threatened, but wind shifts changed the path of that fire. No structures have been damaged. We'll keep you updated on this fire throughout the day right here on ABC 7. And the city of Sarasota looking to take a page out of Orlando's playbook when it comes to getting the homeless off the streets. For the past 2 years, people have gathered at the Camping World Stadium for a one-day event that brings together resources for the homeless and working poor. Local nonprofit groups and government agencies got together yesterday to see if they can try and implement a similar program here on the Suncoast.
There's a lot of resources available in the city, and there's a great amount of need, and sometimes they don't get to each other very quickly. And so if you create a moment to accelerate the need and being met by the resource, there's a chance that momentum can be gained, and there's a chance for more people to be empowered.
The meeting just served as an introduction. There are no specifics yet on bringing the program, when it will happen, or how much it would cost. Here on the Suncoast, there are real concerns over sea level rise as temperatures continue to get hotter.
But as our Jess Dodrick tells us, funding now is a huge concern.
A majority of not only Suncoast residents, but Americans at large believe that global warming is happening, according to the Yale Climate Opinion Map. Still, President Donald Trump is expected to go against the majority of Americans and pull out of the Paris Climate Accord.
I think there's a disconnect at the state and maybe now at the federal level in terms of the White House.
It's yet to be seen exactly how successful this global partnership is in terms of stabilizing the effects of climate change. But still, political scientists say pulling out certainly won't help.
It's a constraint and it's a lost opportunity. It won't stop things from happening at various levels of government.
At the county level, Sarasota has been committed to sustainability since 2002 and since has created 10 green buildings and transitioned to plug-in electric vehicles, among dozens of other things.
We have been fortunate to get some federal grants over the years. Over $4 million of federal grants have gone primarily to an energy set of projects.
Not only is President Trump's administration looking to pull out of the Paris Climate Accord, they've proposed slashing funding sources for things related to climate change in the recent budget proposal.
The last of our grants ended last year, so the timing is fine. We won't be at risk of losing those, but we have been able to develop a strong program as a result of those.
Sarasota County's sustainability projects will continue with business as usual. At the city level, Sarasota is also committed to reducing the carbon footprint. They've adopted a climate adaptation plan. While the city has had federal funding and grant opportunities in the past, most funding is done at the local level.
And remember, whatever carbon is put in the air today is going to be in the air for 100, 150 years, and it accumulates. So this challenge is going to get even more difficult in the future.
Jess Dodrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
So all eyes on the White House for a 3 o'clock announcement as to whether the president will stay with the Paris Climate Accord or not. For ideas on how you can help reduce the effects of the perceived climate change? Go to our website at mysuncoast.com.
Well, hurricane season starts today, and officials are warning Floridians to be prepared and ready. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration predicts an above-average hurricane season this year. In case a hurricane does hit the state, Agriculture Commissioner Adam Putnam advises that you make a plan and know what you'll do in case of an emergency. Also, prepare a kit including a 3-day supply of food and water for each family member, a gallon of water per person per day, as well as flashlights, batteries, cash, a first aid kit, and many other items. Also, stay up to date with the weather forecast, and you can get up-to-the-minute updates on weather conditions across the Suncoast during hurricane season and throughout the year by downloading the ABC7 app. Once you download it, you'll get updates on the forecast, breaking news, and local stories straight to your phone. Just go to your app store and search My Suncoast.
And don't forget, tonight is the big show on ABC7, 7 o'clock tonight. ABC7 Surviving a Hurricane, an hour-long special. We'll also have a call-in segment. You can ask experts questions on storm-related issues tonight at 7 o'clock. Make your popcorn, settle in, and enjoy our weather team with the latest information.
Got some good stuff tonight. It's going to be exciting. Yeah, we have a lot of folks here from every emergency management in all the counties is represented. So if you have a question, you can certainly call and ask them or one of the weather team, and we'll be happy to answer your question in a very personal fashion. So it's kind of a unique opportunity for you, and I hope you take advantage of it. 7 o'clock tonight. Forecast coming up for you in just a few.
All right. Also, John still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast. More tributes for Greg Allman.
We'll tell you where to see an upcoming star-studded tribute after this.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
With a top prize of $10 million, the new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery is your ticket to take on the world.
If you get knocked down, stand up again. Rip it up again. Give me one chance, give me one chance. I'm gonna make it. Give me my chance, this is my chance. I'm gonna take
The new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery. One of our life-changing scratch-offs offering billions in cash prizes.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee counties since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Attention, this is an important message for anyone who has taken Xarelto or Pradaxa. If you or a loved one took the blood thinner medication Xarelto or Pradaxa and was then hospitalized for internal bleeding, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to serious, even fatal internal bleeding. If you suffered a stroke, heart attack, or serious internal bleeding, or if a loved one died after taking Xarelto or Pradaxa, call us now. Our network of attorneys have years of experience fighting the big pharmaceutical companies and is ready to fight for you. Potential claims are being reviewed for users of Xarelto or Pradaxa who have suffered severe bleeding or hemorrhaging, stroke, or even death. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You won't pay a thing unless your case is settled. Call today for a free confidential consultation. Don't fight this alone.
Please call 800-928-6604. That is 800-928-6604.
Hurricane season is here, so when severe weather threatens, count on the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7.
We're armed with the most advanced weather technology.
And focus on the Suncoast.
The official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7. We're here for you.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Current air temperature comes in at 73. We have a dew point value at 69, and we have A fair amount of sunshine in store for you this morning, but we also have a little bit of fair weather cloudiness that'll be streaming by from the west as well, as we have over the last several days. 72 Wauchula, Arcadia, Mayaca, then you get closer to the coast and the temperatures are closer to the mid to upper 70s. 77 Longboat, 76 in Venice and Inglewood, 73 Sarasota, as it is in Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch coming in at 74. So across the deep south right now, we still have, as we've been talking about really all week long, this frontal boundary that's kind of stalled out, this trough of low pressure. What it's doing is that it's slowly eroding away some of the effectiveness of the high pressure ridge, which has been now sitting out over the Atlantic, providing us with this southerly flow. And it's also been suppressing our rainfall chances since the beginning of the week. Well, that effect is lessening, and we're starting to see better chances of rainfall as that high weakens thanks to that trough. So we'll see that continue again today. Southerly flow of air already visible on the motion of some of the showers down to the south of us. Those showers will gradually kind of lift northward, and I think as we head into the afternoon period, we'll probably see a few of them begin to build in inland areas. The rain chance is pretty good in inland areas again today, just as it was yesterday when we saw some fairly heavy rainfall east of the interstate, well east of the interstate actually, in Hardee and DeSoto counties. That'll happen again today, I think, although some of those showers may actually inch a little bit closer to the coastline, so I bumped up the rain chances for the coast about 10%, so we're now at about 30% along the coast. But as we head into the weekend, those rain chances will get higher for everyone. We continue to watch this cluster of showers down to the south of us, coming out of the Bay of Campeche, part of the energy of a system that's developing in the Pacific Ocean. As we head into the first day of hurricane season, it's important to note that these are the kind of systems we watch very carefully at the beginning of the hurricane system, as it's often in Gulf waters where we see our storms first start to develop during hurricane season. This particular one has very little chance of developing, and we'll show you the reasons why. The system has lots of moisture, though, and it could develop one of these atmospheric rivers that brings us some heavy rainfall across parts of the northern Gulf waters. Water temperatures are warm. They're at the 80-degree mark, but they're just marginally right for any kind of tropical development. What's more important are the ripping, tearing winds aloft, what we call shear. Redder is better in terms of killing hurricane possibilities, because that means stronger wind shear, which tear apart the thunderstorms in these systems. And down to the south, the wind shear is going to be significant, so I don't think we'll see much in the way of any kind of tropical development. But we will see this system lift north, and as it does so, increase our rain chances for the weekend. Some parts of Florida may get as much as 4 inches of very much needed rainfall, and perhaps reduce our wildfire threat as we head into next week. So for today, look for a 30% chance of showers, increasing to about 50% by the weekend. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Sean. Taking a look at traffic, looks like as we head into Sarasota County, we do have an accident we need to tell you about. The westbound lanes of Fruitville Road are currently shut down due to a traffic fatality involving a semi-truck. That traffic exiting I-75 to go westbound on Fruitville Road being directed eastbound on Fruitville Road. The northbound entrance ramp to I-75, westbound and eastbound, is still accessible to traffic. There are alternate routes that are being encouraged at this time for traffic wishing to continue westbound on Fruitville Road. As we head into South County, looks like some congestion on 41 heading south, but other than that, looking pretty breezy on your morning commute, other than Fruitville Road and the delays you may expect throughout that area. In this hour's Health Smart, missing out on sleep may cause parts of our brains to start eating other parts. That sounds horrible.
That's nice to hear for a morning show. That's according to a new study in the Journal of Neuroscience. As we all know, sleep plays an important part in our repairing our brain at day's end. And scientists have once again confirmed a lack of sleep over time can be linked to Alzheimer's. It's unclear if catching up on sleep can eventually reverse that.
And if you need to catch up on sleep, you may want to toss out the sleeping pills and instead try exercise. In a study by Rush University, older women suffering from insomnia said their sleep improved from poor to good when they exercised, but they had more energy and were less depressed. And in another study, exercise alone led to a 25% reduction in sleep apnea symptoms over a 12-week period. So how much do you really need? Well, 2.5 hours a week of moderate intensity aerobic exercise and strength training will hopefully be able to help you sleep a little easier.
But then some say don't exercise too close to bedtime. That won't work either.
Yeah, don't eat too close to bedtime, but then eat before bedtime. Who knows?
Yeah, that's right.
Too much.
6:49 right now. Entertainment news. A Major League tribute planned for Greg Allman.
That's right. Country's biggest stars will play tribute to Allman at the upcoming CMT Awards. They include Jason Aldean, Charles Kelly of Lady Antebellum, Darius Rucker, and several others will take part in the tribute. The president of CMT says the Allman Brothers Band created the, quote, bedrock foundation of modern Southern music. That awards show will air on June 7th. And the Van Wezel Performing Arts Hall has once again been ranked #1 in North America in the category of top spots in venues today. The international trade publication covers the business side of entertainment. This is the 6th time the Van Wezel has claimed the #1 spot among hundreds of theaters that are compared on performance and events. Last season was highlighted by comedians including Steve Martin, Billy Crystal, Dave Chappelle, and Jay Leno.
Very nice honor for the Van Wezel.
Very much so.
Still ahead, a hippo loved by the internet is now set to make her public debut.
We'll tell you where you can see more of this playful little animal after this.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has answered calls for recovery and treatment 24/7, 365 days a year. If you're depressed, drinking, using drugs, or taking pills, call now and talk to someone who cares.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Most insurance covers substance abuse. You can get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call 800-622-1941. 800-622-1941.
This is a time-sensitive message from the Back Pain Relief Hotline. Millions of people across the nation are suffering from back pain. Are you? Are you on Medicare? Is it hard to walk, to bend over, or even do simple things? Well, here's great news. If on Medicare, you or a loved one could qualify to receive a pain-relieving, comfortable back brace at little or no cost to you. You'll receive free information, free delivery, and all the Medicare paperwork is handled for free by our accredited suppliers. Best of all, there's little or no cost to you for the back brace. Just call right now to get the details. Just takes a couple of minutes. Our friendly consultants are standing by. Imagine getting out there again, doing all of the things you love to do without back pain. These amazing back braces have helped thousands of people with severe back pain, and you could be eligible to have yours delivered free at little or no cost to you. Our friendly consultants are standing by 24/7 to take your call.
Call 855-388-6551.
ABC 7's Prime Time is brought to you by Gattle Automotive.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, restaurant guide, and more. Go to mysuncoast.com/dining.
It is Thursday morning, 6:54. A nice shot of Sarasota Bay Off to a rough start, though, locally. We've got a fatal accident on Fruitville. Details of that in just a few seconds here. 6:54 right now.
All right, let's take a look at some of the other top local stories we're following for you.
A high-speed crash in a quiet area of Manatee County. It happened on Terra Boulevard in Bradenton, 8 o'clock last night. The driver, condition critical. Passenger has serious injuries as well. No word yet as to what happened.
And Northport police are trying to find a couple that robbed a Walmart liquor store. They're seen in these two pictures. They say they stole over $500 worth of alcohol from that Walmart liquor store. Caught them driving to the store, going in, taking several bottles of liquor and driving off. If you recognize them or their car, call Northport Police.
Some Suncoast leaders taking a closer look at a project helping in Orlando for the homeless. It's called He Got Up. It's a stadium-style event where thousands of homeless are helped in a single-day event involving medical and dental, haircuts, and also job help as well.
All right, taking a look at traffic, 301 heading southbound, seeing an increase in traffic as we head into Sarasota County, though. You're going to see some delays because of a fatal accident off I-75 northbound, and Fruitville involving a semi-truck has closed down all westbound lanes of Fruitville. So you are urged to take alternate routes. You will likely see some major delays across that area. South County looking pretty good, not a whole lot of slowdowns in that area. John?
Chance of showers today, better chances inland. Over the course of the next 3 or 4 days, our rain chances go up.
A 4-month-old hippo at the Cincinnati Zoo is expected to make her big public debut in the next couple of weeks. Fiona ventured outside for a preview yesterday. Swimmers joined her in a 9-foot pool. Fiona was born prematurely and unable to nurse from her mother, so she's been gradually introduced to her parents. There's the swimmers. The zoo's online photo and video are causing huge popularity, so the giraffe is now old news. The hippo is the latest internet sensation.
Did you see her floating down to the bottom? That was hilarious.
I did. Good
I love
name
Fiona.
choice. Just a reminder, 7 o'clock tonight, the hurricane special.
Very good. GMA is next.